All right, language lovers, are you ready for another deep dive? We're going to jump into some English today.
That's right.
Explore some helpful expressions and pronunciation.
Exactly.
And guess what? We'll be sprinkling in a little bit of Spanish along the way.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, to make those aha moments even brighter.
Yeah, make a little more sense.
Exactly.
Awesome.
So we'll be breaking things down into bite-sized pieces.
Right.
Making sure everything is super clear.
Crystal clear.
Yes. And we'll start with the from.t structure.
Okay.
Then we'll explore possessive pronouns. And finally, we'll tackle some pronunciation power-ups.
Nice.
Think of this deep dive as your personal guide
Okay.
to speaking English with confidence.
I like it.
Yes. And don't worry, if you're just starting out, we are here to guide you every step of the way.
Absolutely.
Okay, so let's kick things off with from, storo.
All right.
It's like building a bridge.
Yeah.
Right?
Like connecting
One place.
one place or time.
Or time to another.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. Imagine you're explaining your travel plans.
Okay.
You could say, I'm flying from New York to London.
Yes, perfect. From New York to London.
Or,
Give us the Spanish.
el avión va de Nueva York a Londres.
Perfect.
See?
Yeah.
Super simple.
Super simple.
And it works for time, too.
Okay.
Like I work from 9 to 5 in Spanish. That would be trabajo de 9 a 5.
That's it.
And what's really cool is that you can even use it for describing your day.
Okay.
You might say, from morning to night, I'm busy.
Yeah, I like that.
Or, de la mañana a la noche, estoy ocupado.
Perfect.
See how versatile it is?
It is.
Yes. And you know what's even more amazing?
Right.
Is this structure helps you sound clear and concise.
Yes.
It avoids unnecessary words.
Yes.
Making your English more natural.
Absolutely.
That's a fantastic point.
Yes.
So listeners, try using from to describe your plans for tomorrow.
Yeah,
It's a great way to practice.
I agree.
Okay, now let's move on to possessive pronouns. You know those words like mine, yours, his, hers, ours, and theirs. And here's the great news.
Oh, I love good news.
Unlike Spanish, English, possessive pronouns don't change
Right.
based on gender or whether it's singular or plural.
That's right.
It's one less thing to worry about, right?
Absolutely one less headache.
For example, if you want to say el coche es suyo,
Okay.
you would simply say the car is theirs. No need to think about if it's suyo or suya or suyos or suyas.
Right.
It's just theirs.
Bears.
I love how straightforward that is.
Me too.
And it's the same for all the other possessive pronouns.
That's right.
Mine, yours, his, hers, ours. They all stay the same no matter what.
Love it.
Let's try a few more examples. Instead of ese libro es mío,
Okay.
you would say that book is mine.
Mine.
And instead of la casa es de ella, you would say the house is hers.
Hers.
So much easier.
It's so much easier.
And remember, even though these pronouns end in S,
Right.
they're not plural.
Yeah.
That S just shows possession, not quantity.
Yes, exactly.
So hers means belonging to her. Not many things belonging to her.
I love that.
All right, let's practice.
Okay.
Imagine you're at a party and you see a beautiful red dress.
Ooh, I like where this is going.
You could say, wow, that dress is amazing. Is it yours?
Oh, yeah, I love it.
And if someone asks you about your favorite coffee mug,
Okay.
you could say, the blue one is mine.
Mine, perfect.
Perfect. Now, are you ready to level up your pronunciation?
I think so. Let's do it.
We're going to tackle some sounds that can be tricky for Spanish speakers.
All right.
Let's start with the S sound at the beginning of words.
Okay.
Words like Spain stop or study.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, in English, we don't add an E sound before the S,
That's right.
like we sometimes do in Spanish.
Yeah.
It's important to start the sound directly with the S.
Just the S.
Exactly. Think of it like making a hissing sound like a snake.
Okay.
Let's try it together.
All right.
Sauce,
Spain.
Spain. And remember, keep your tongue behind your teeth and let the air flow out smoothly.
That's it.
Don't be afraid to exaggerate the sound at first.
Yeah,
It's all about getting comfortable with the mouth movements.
absolutely.
Absolutely, practice makes perfect.
It does.
Now, are you up for a challenge?
I think so.
Let's try a tongue twister.
Okay, bring it on.
She sells seashells by the seashore.
She sells seashells.
That's a classic.
I know, right?
Focus on keeping those S sounds crisp and clear.
Yes, very important.
Now, let's shift gears and talk about the S sound.
Okay.
Unlike Spanish, the S in English is very soft, almost like a gentle breath.
Yeah, just a little breath.
It's like the sound you make when you're trying to fog up a mirror or clean your glasses.
Okay.
Remember, we want to avoid that harsh, guttural S sound we sometimes use in Spanish.
Right.
Let's practice together.
Okay.
Say the word happy.
Happy.
Happy. Feel how your breath gently flows out when you make the S sound.
Yeah, it's very different.
Excellent. Now let's try a phrase.
All right.
Hello, how are you?
Hello, how are you?
Remember, keep those S sounds light and airy.
Light and air.
Now let's revisit those possessive pronouns for a moment.
Okay.
Remember that S at the end of yours, hers, ours, etc. doesn't mean plural. It just shows ownership.
Just ownership.
Let's imagine a scenario. You and a friend are looking for a lost phone. Your friend might say, is this phone yours?
Oh.
And if it's not your phone, you could respond with, no, that one's not mine. Mine is black.
Mine.
See how that S in mine just clarifies that the phone belongs to you?
Right.
It doesn't mean you have multiple phones.
Exactly.
Exactly. It's all about being clear and concise with your language.
Love it.
All right, we've covered a lot of ground in this first part of our deep dive.
We have.
From badico to possessive pronouns and tricky pronunciation.
Yes.
You've already gained some valuable tools for speaking English with confidence.
For sure.
Remember, practice is key. The more you use these expressions, the more natural they'll become.
They will.
But for now, let's take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll delve into even more essential phrases and pronunciation tips.
Sounds good.
All right, see you in a bit.
Sounds great. Welcome back to our deep dive. You ready for more?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
More English adventure.
Bring it on.
Okay, let's jump into some essential phrases that you can use in a lot of different situations. You know, like those phrases that make you sound like a natural, even if you're just starting out.
Nice.
Okay.
I like it.
So let's imagine you're at a restaurant.
Okay.
And you finished your meal.
Right.
Your delicious meal.
Sí, claro.
You want to let the waiter know you're done, right?
In Spanish, we might say, ya terminé.
Perfect. So in English, you could say,
okay,
I'm finished.
I'm finished.
Or if you want to be a little more polite,
okay,
you could say, I'm finished. Thank you.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yay.
Easy peasy.
Easy peasy.
And it's such a useful phrase.
Yeah.
Especially when you're enjoying a meal out.
Exactly. All right. Now, let's say you need to get someone's attention.
Right.
Maybe your friend is busy reading a book or something, and you need to ask them something.
Okay.
In Spanish, you might say,
Oye, ¿me escuchas?
Perfect in English. A simple, excuse me, does the trick.
Excuse me.
Polite and effective.
I love how excuse me can be used in so many different contexts.
Yes.
You can use it to get someone's attention, to apologize for bumping into someone, to interrupt a conversation.
All of that.
It's like the magic phrase that helps you navigate social situations.
I like that.
Smoothly.
Smoothly.
Speaking of social situations.
Yes.
What about when you meet someone for the first time? How do you make a good first impression in English?
Well, after you greet them with a hello,
right,
you can follow it up with nice to meet you.
Oh, nice to meet you.
It's a classic and always works.
Yeah, it's like mucho gusto.
Exactly.
Same warmth and friendliness.
Same warmth and friendliness. And remember, a genuine smile goes a long way.
Yes, in any language.
In any language.
Now, let's say you're in a situation where you need help.
Oh, okay.
But you're not sure how to ask. Don't worry, we've got you covered.
We do.
A simple and polite way to ask is,
okay,
could you help me, please?
Could you help me, please? Perfect.
Okay, so es como decir, ¿podrías ayudarme, por favor?
Exactly.
In Spanish.
And if you need to be a little more specific,
okay,
you can add details. For example, you could say, could you help me carry these bags, please?
That's a great point. It's always helpful to be clear and specific.
Clear and specific.
When asking for assistance.
Yes.
All right, now let's shift gears a bit and talk about expressing your feelings.
Okay.
In English, we often use the phrase, I feel,
okay,
followed by an adjective that describes how you're feeling.
Yeah.
For example, if you're feeling happy, you can say, I feel happy, or me siento feliz.
That's right.
In Spanish.
And you can use this for all kinds of emotions.
Yeah.
Sad, excited, angry, tired, you name it.
I love how simple this structure is.
Yeah.
It allows you to express yourself clearly and directly.
It does.
And the more you practice using these I feel statements,
right,
the more comfortable you'll become expressing your emotions in English.
That's a great point.
Speaking of practice, let's have some fun with pronunciation.
Okay.
We tackled the S and the H sounds earlier. Now we're going to explore the crith sound.
Ooh.
This one can be a bit tricky for Spanish speakers.
It can.
Because we don't really have an equivalent sound in Spanish.
Not really?
Right. It's important to remember that the 3 sound involves
okay,
placing your tongue between your teeth.
Okay.
And letting the air flow out.
I see.
Let's try it together.
Okay.
Say the word think.
Think.
Think, feel how your tongue gently touches your teeth.
It does.
Excellent. Yeah, let's try a phrase.
All right.
Thank you for your help.
Thank you for your help.
Notice how the th sound is different in the words thank and the...
Oh, that's interesting.
That's a great observation. In thank, the th sound is voiced.
Okay.
Meaning your vocal cords vibrate. But in the three is unvoiced.
Okay.
Meaning your vocal cords don't vibrate.
I get it.
It's a subtle difference.
Yeah.
But it's important to be aware of.
I see.
Now, here's a fun fact.
Okay.
Did you know that the th sound is one of the most common sounds
Really?
in English? It pops up in so many words, from common articles like the and this,
Yeah.
to verbs like think and thank, to nouns like thumb and Thursday.
Wow.
I never realized how prevalent that th sound is.
Yeah, me neither.
It just goes to show you how important it is to master this sound
Yes.
if you want to speak English fluently.
For sure.
And the best way to master any sound is through practice.
Absolutely.
Keep repeating those words and phrases with the throat sound,
Right.
and eventually it will become second nature.
It will.
Okay, so let's take a moment to recap.
Okay. Good idea.
In this part of our deep dive, we've explored some everyday phrases,
Yeah.
like I'm finished and excuse me, as well as how to express your feelings using I feel statements.
Right.
And we even had some fun practicing the tricky sound.
We did. It was tricky.
Remember, language learning is a journey, not a destination.
Love it.
Celebrate your progress. Be patient with yourself. And most importantly, have fun along the way.
Yes.
Now, before we wrap up, I want to give our listeners a little challenge.
Okay. I like a challenge.
Try using at least 3 of the phrases
Okay.
we learned today in a real conversation.
All right.
It could be with a friend, a family member, or even a stranger.
Yeah.
Put those new skills into practice
Right.
and see how they help you communicate more confidently in English.
For sure.
Welcome back to our deep dive. Are you ready to wrap things up?
Yeah. I'm ready to tie a nice bow on all this good stuff we've talked about.
Yes, we've explored phrases, pronunciation, those tricky sounds.
Yeah.
But there's more to language learning
Right.
than just memorizing words and rules.
Yeah. So much more. It's a whole process.
So let's talk about one of the most valuable tools in your language learning arsenal.
Ooh. What's that?
Listening.
Oh, listening. Yeah.
Actively listening to English.
Sure.
Right? Not just hearing it in the background.
Exactly. Exactly. It's like training your ears to really tune in
Okay.
to the rhythm and flow of the language.
Like learning a new song.
Yes.
The more you listen, the better you can sing along.
I like that analogy.
Makes sense. But what are some effective ways to practice active listening?
Well, you have a world of resources right at your fingertips. Podcasts like this one.
Oh, yeah?
They're fantastic. You can listen to audiobooks,
Okay.
watch movies and TV shows with English subtitles,
Right.
or even tune into English news channels.
I love turning my favorite activities into language learning opportunities.
Me too.
It's like hitting 2 birds with 1 stone.
Exactly. And don't worry if you don't understand every single word at first.
Yeah, that can be overwhelming.
It can just try to grasp the overall meaning and pay attention to how words are pronounced and how those sentences are structured.
Okay, so don't get too hung up on every little detail.
No.
Gotcha.
Yeah, just focus on the big picture.
Speaking of processes, let's talk about another key element
Okay, what's that?
in language learning. Speaking.
No, speaking the one everyone gets a little nervous about.
I know it's essential, but sometimes it feels intimidating.
Oh, for sure. I get it. It's natural to feel a little nervous
Yeah.
when you're speaking a new language, but the more you practice,
Yeah.
the more comfortable you'll become. Trust me.
So any tips for overcoming that initial fear?
Okay, so my number 1 tip, find a language partner.
Okay.
Someone you can chat with regularly in English.
Like a language exchange partner?
Exactly. Language exchange groups are fantastic.
Yeah.
Or you could find an online tutor who can give you some guidance and feedback.
I bet there are a lot of online platforms
So many.
where you can connect with native English speakers.
I have tons of websites and apps.
Yeah, so many
There's
options.
so many.
It's all about finding what works best for you,
That's the key.
for your learning style.
Exactly. And you know what?
Right.
Don't be afraid to make mistakes.
Oh, yeah.
Mistakes are proof that you are learning and growing.
I like that.
Embrace those mistakes.
Yeah, view them as stepping stones
Exactly.
to fluency.
Okay, so we've talked about listening and speaking, but there's one more crucial element.
Okay, what's that?
Consistency.
So it's not just about cramming everything in one go, but making it a regular habit.
It's like exercising a muscle.
Right.
You need to exercise your English regularly.
Okay, Even dedicating 15-20 minutes each day,
That's all you need.
that's more manageable than finding those huge chunks of time.
Exactly. You can listen to a podcast on your commute.
Yes.
Read a few pages of an English book before you go to bed.
I like it.
Just find those little pockets of time and make them count.
Integrate English into your daily routine.
Yes, in ways that are fun and sustainable for you.
Awesome.
So to wrap up our deep dive, remember, the power to speak English confidently is within you.
Yes.
Keep exploring, keep practicing, and keep having fun with it.
Well said. We hope this deep dive has been encouraging and insightful for all our listeners.
Yes.
Remember, the power to speak English confidently is within each and every one of you.
It is.
And go out there and make those language dreams a reality.
You got this.
Thank you for joining us today on English Learning Podcast. I want to congratulate you for taking the time to improve your English. Every step counts, so keep moving forward and don't stop. If you enjoyed this content and want to learn more, make sure to subscribe and hit the like button so we can keep creating videos like this. Let us know in the comments what level of English you're at and what topics you'd like us to cover in the next episode. Also, check out the links in the description for additional resources to help you keep advancing. See you in the next video. And remember, English Learning Podcast is here to help you reach your English goals. Keep learning.